morning, Anambra, on ABS TV. Today's date is 28 February 2025, and my name is Ajuluchuku Okabwe. We are going straight to the discussion segment this morning, and we have what we'll be discussing this morning is reviving the culture of respect among young people. Well, when you look around you, you begin to ask yourself, this generation, they call it the Gen Z generation, do they actually have the respect of their fathers when they accost elders and even, people around them, be it in workplace, school, and then the society at large? That is what we'll be discussing this morning on Good Morning Anambra. And I have with me in the studio to do justice to that is Onyi Edokwe, Coordinator, Young People's Forum. Yeah, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you around, Onyi.
Good morning.
Coordinator, Young Couples Forum.
Good morning. Good to have you again.
Happy New Year.
To be here. Yes, happy New Year. I've not seen you this year. It's true. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
Good to be here.
Yeah, when we talk about respect, they say respect is reciprocal. But in African parlance, we believe that respect should be more from what elders, do, and then the youngsters copy from them. So if you grow up in a rich, respectful environment, it is imperative of you to grow and then reciprocate that wherever you go based on the way you deal with people in your community, deal with people in school. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to respect those people, that you're older than. No, you can equally show that to the younger ones now. But in this day and age, why would you say some form of respect is eroding from this generation of youngsters that we have now? Okay,
thank you. Thank you once again. In this introduction, there's something that you said that is very remarkable. Said that in Africa, respect is part of our culture,
yeah.
And when you learn the art of respect from where you are coming from,
it's easy to give
for
it.
you to give it out to people you meet on a daily basis. So the fundamental cause of lack of respect in our society today is that most people no longer learn respect from where they are coming from.
Okay, the home is no longer the place where respect is being
one thing about respect. Yes, one thing about respect, more than being taught. One thing about respect is that it's a practical thing.
Okay.
When you say it and you don't live it out, you keep contradicting yourself. And just like you say, the Gen Z generation, they believe as in more on practical aspect of life. The things they see, the things they feel. When you tell them, you see an uncle, great. If you see this person, great. Then they will see you as the mother. You don't greet. Do you understand me? Even their father, the way you talk to their father in the house, the way the father talks to the mother in the house, and you expect them to go out and say another and then great. And one common thing, they see you, the way you talk about elderly people, the way you treat people generally, and then how you treat them, because this thing called respect is like, you give it, when you give it to somebody, that person now reciprocates. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
We don't respect even the children, respect their opinion, respect their view. You don't show, because respect is all about showing courtesy and regard to people. It's all about showing courtesy and regard to people, and then being polite.
Yeah.
It's all about being polite, showing courtesy to people. So as a mother, when you are talking to your child, come here. Do you understand me? You want the child will give you something. You won't say thank you. You carry out a responsibility. You won't say thank you. And even when somebody cautions the child, like, is it a must to greet? Do you understand me? But when I remember growing up, your mother will even drag you, pull your ear back. If you okay, you can gear. So,
but sometimes when you say things like your mother, trying to tell you the reason why to greet, doesn't that tell on your mom too that she probably didn't do the right thing? That's why she's correcting you in the presence of a stranger.
Just look at it this way. when you wake up in the morning, if you don't greet your mother in the house, and you come and say, Mommy, what are you taking for breakfast? She'll be like, are you talking to me? My mother will not say, come, Bia. You will come. She'll be like, that's what you're taking for breakfast. So you will not know that you are supposed to say, Mama, good morning, ma, first. Do you understand me? So she, having done that, she will say that when you go outside and you see a mother, a woman like her, that you will say, good morning, ma. And if you don't do that, she will be the one to either beat you there or ignore you. When you get to say, you saw Mama Nkechi, they don't greet. Do you understand me? So next time when you see Mama Nkechi, do you understand me? You know that I'm supposed to greet her. But the situation whereby a mother in the house, you wake up in the morning, you didn't say, Mommy, good morning, ma. And they will say, hey, it's not anybody can greet. I saw it on Facebook one day, anybody can greet. When you wake up in the morning and you see your child, who made it a mandate that it must be the child that will say good morning? It's cost, you can pay the cost, your child can pay the cost. Then you carry it outside. When your child goes out and somebody says, the same mother will say, okay, Hogi, is it not good morning? You can wish him good morning. It's about this. So those tiny things, it doesn't mean that, I don't know how to put it, that it adds anything to the elder or reduces anything from the child. Yeah. But just those things that made Africans, especially we Igbos, unique.
Yeah, talking about we Igbos, I remember very much in social studies as a child in primary school then, when we see the pictures in our social studies textbook where the Hausa man is prostrating, kneeling down to greet the Nupe, Yoruba, they all have the way they greet, but in Igbo culture, a man stands or a boy stands and is extending hand to greet the father. It's only in rare cases you see somebody maybe bow, and maybe based on what he has said. So culturally, does it mean that Igbos are less respectful to elders, as in the youngsters, than other tribes and other cultures in Nigeria?
The truth is that I won't say that Igbos are less respectful. Yorubas, they prostrate when they want to greet an elderly person. Igbos will bow. I remember growing up, when you want, the voice in my house, when you want to say good morning, you do like this, you hold your chest.
Is that Igbo culture?
Yes, good morning, sir. You bow. Even in school, I was taught that in social studies, you bow and greet. And the woman, you now do like this. You bow. It's our culture. And then growing up, one thing, the only distinct aspect of our own is that there is, because Standibo name Itobo, do you understand me? There's a level you get in life. They will believe that you now become a man, and to show that manly, when a man, you see a fellow man, you can now bring out hand to shake the man. But in shaking hand, what I know as in my own culture, you don't just come and say an elderly man and say, you see, as in, you wait for the elderly man to bring out his hand first, and in doing your own, there's this kind of bending down. Yeah. You don't look the elderly person straight in the eyes while shaking him, because you now say, "Nah, good morning, sir." He's shaking you. It's just to tell you,
or you go with 2 hands.
Or you go with 2 hands. It's all about courtesy. We mustn't post it, but there's your composition, because do you understand me? Then will tell you that even in shaking me as a man, he's being respectful. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So, but it's all about, everybody must know. People have their way of doing things.
Now, Onyi, how then do you correlate this stuff you're saying now with Nibwe Mwereze? You understand? Because now, in normal local parlance, you say Nibwe Mwereze. But in other tribes, there is the way youngsters accost elders. Even in Yoruba language, if you want to address an elder, or maybe you're talking about an elder, there is a way you talk, and somebody will know that that person you're referring to is an elder. But it's not like that in Igbo language.
No, I disagree with you. Igbo Mwereze has nothing to do with respecting elders.
Okay.
Yes.
Put it through.
Yes. Igbo Mwereze simply means that, as in, there's no central king for Igbo. Igbo saying that they will have a central king that is ruling the Igbo land. But that doesn't take away respect from us, because even in villages, we have Ndiche. Ndichis, and they are the custodian of the custom or the authority in that communities. And those in Ndichis, they are highly respected. Because when you say Igbenwereze, or the Kagasi, that we are just lawless people moving around without no authority, without nobody.
No, not lawless, but respecting hierarchy.
Hierarchy. No, we have Ndichis, and we respect those Ndichis. That's why any issue in a village, you take it to Ndichis. Do you understand me? The Igbos might not have a central, but every community in Welu, they are as in hierarchy, this thing in the community. And I can tell you, those authorities are obeyed and highly respected. Although, just like we are saying now, because of the Gen Z generation and then the corrupt, how as in corrupt the society has become. Do you understand me? All those things have been as in jeopardized and man. But when you get money, do you understand? They will give you some certain titles. People give you
even when you don't merit it.
When you don't, people give you undue respect, even when you don't merit it because you have money and because you have some certain influence in the society. But that is the lack of respect we are talking about, and that's why I told you that the lack of respect is coming from where we are coming from, the roots, from the elderly people, from the basis. We are missing it. That's not what we are. That's not who we are, Igbos. If okay, mama kanyelugaka, mabute izira meibu. Do you understand me? What was saying one chugozegio? You look at the
like as youngsters growing up,
yes.
When you see elders, maybe you're in a public vehicle and you stand up.
You stand up. Is there a mama no land? Except in some by maybe you're not well, you're not feeling very strong. Even that you still pay cost to that. Now I remember telling him, do you understand me? You still pay cost. But these days you see a woman in a function, she will carry her children and come, she will line the children up. And when an elderly person beg you will come later and expect to be to be named for you. That is not our Igbo culture.
So now, how do we get to change the mentality of these children? Of course, these children are already here with us. We've missed it out by inculcating the act of respect and the fact that respect is reciprocal, irrespective of age or status in the society. How now do we revive and inculcate the culture of respect in these burdening youngsters that we are? Because the demographic of Nigerian population shows that we have youngsters more than we have the elderly. So now, how do we begin to right this wrong that is already ravaging the society?
I will just tell you honestly, it's a very bit complicated one, but then it can still be remedied by then. One, starting from school, starting from home. Starting from home. A child learn the first aspect of respect is from home. When the way the mother talks to the father in the house, the way the father talks to the mother in the house. No, good morning. Go and give this thing to daddy. And they will say you say, thank you, sir, to your husband. Do you understand me? And some people might not like that, thank you, sir. But thank you. Teach them to say thank you when they receive an act of kindness from someone. Do you understand me? Thank you very much. Then when somebody when they receive such gesture also, teach them to reciprocate, as in it's also a kind gesture. Teach them to bow to great. Teach them courtesy. I keep saying respect is more of courtesy and showing regards. Teach them courtesy. Please, I'm sorry. Do you understand me? Can I help you? Are you okay? You can have it. No, keep it. No, I'm okay. Do you understand me? Okay, sir. Bye, sir. All those, teach them from home. Start practicing with you. And when you see they're not getting it right outside, you correct them immediately. Then schools should learn to teach it. But unfortunately, we're battling with the social media. So the people that have voice...
But most of these children don't even have access to social media. So at least maybe when you imprint it early enough, these children, at least it will have formed a foundation before they now go out.
Because even the Bible says that you train a child in the way he should go. So when that child has those courtesy in them, they will grow. They will grow with it. And I can tell you one thing. When you say a child that is respectful, oh my God, it's very interesting.
It's very pleasing.
I'm telling you, especially when you see all those grown-up men, that when you look at them, you feel this one will be full of aroma. I met one at Aroma the other day. I think I was trying to get something. The thing now fell off. I was preparing and she said, no, man, let me get. And I said, sorry, man, give it to me. He didn't push me. He didn't throw the thing that was. But the way I was like, do you know, I was paying for what I bought. He was buying drug at the other section of the shop. Yeah. But I was like, oh, didn't mark. I was just the thing, the gesture just
overwhelmed you.
Yes.
With so much joy.
So if we enjoy receiving it from our children, why can't we train them to be that way?
Now, talking about training them to be that way, I remember they said that Noburo Ufunya de Mwenwa, you understand, Nora, which is African parlance, because I remember very much then as a child, it wasn't just the responsibility of my parents to put me on the right path. Neighbors could do that. Even total strangers that I know nothing of could equally correct me if I were wrong in public places. But that seems to have eroded this day and age. You see where teachers parents go to school to warn teachers not to beat their children and the rest of it. So is it the generation of mothers based on people that attain motherhood in this 2000 and 2010 upwards? Let me take it by decades. Is it that they have changed the mentality or the narrative of what respect and then parenting actually is in raising their kids?
To an extent, yes. You cannot give what you don't have. Do you understand me? And there's one recent interview by the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs, Honorable Fibinabo. She said that unfortunately we saw ourselves in a generation where slave mamas became mothers, slave queens became mothers, and they are giving birth to Ukopia. I remember the exact word she used. And what am I trying to tell you? Most people that are not cultured are becoming mothers. People that are not taught, not because they don't want, but not because of anything. I can say not entirely their fault, but they were giving birth at that point when mothers all of a sudden became very busy going to work. Do you understand me? Mothers don't pay attention again. The era of women trying to pursue career. Do you understand what I'm saying? So nobody had the time to pay attention to basic things. Children were left for the maids to nurture. And they grew up becoming mothers without having much to offer those children. Otherwise, if women were growing up, if your teacher, oh my God, if you are punished in school, let me tell you, you'll be begging your friends not to tell your mother, no, because the mother will ask you, can you make a then they go chew your finance. Do you understand me? So I know that some teachers can be malicious in treating children sometimes, but not in all cases. And I tell you, even if you feel that the way the teacher handled your child is not right, you don't go fighting the teacher in front of that child. There are better ways. Yes, there are better ways to do the thing. What is the school? You can just without the child knowing it. Like my daughter had a little challenge in school recently. When she was crying, she was a big girl. She was crying. I was like, "Don't worry." I was, hey, just know that is school for you. That is high station for you. Don't worry to be fine. Don't worry. And I was like, Mama was like, leave it. But behind her, I reached out. I made a call. Do you understand me? And the issue was, thank God it was somebody that I knew, and the issue was resolved. And she came back with like, Mommy, everything changed. And I said, thank God. Without telling her what I have done. Do you understand me? I said, Mommy, everything changed. I said, thank God. I didn't need to tell her I did this, I did that to remedy the situation. Why? Because I don't want her to go feeling my mother can always. As much as you owe the child to protect the child from people as in taking advantage of violating her, remember that you also have the right, you have the responsibility also, you have the responsibility to protect the child from people as in hurting her. Yeah. Also remember that you have the responsibility also to protect the child from the child.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I mean by protecting the child from the child. Because when you go about the way you handle it will not make the child either to become arrogant, so that my mother, you know my mother now.
We'll always come to my defense and the rest of it all.
You can defend that child. You can fight that cause without the child being part of it. How can you go to the school and you are holding your child in one hand and you are slapping the teacher? It doesn't make sense.
Because you're paying school fees.
Because you are paying school fees. Maybe I tried, the teacher might be wrong. Maybe the way she treated the child is wrong. But then, do you understand me? But then there should be a way to do things like reasonable people that we are.
Well, still talking about raising kids, as in talking about respect. We are still in the studio here. And just let's call for a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue from there. Don't go anywhere. The show continues immediately. Be back. We are still here at the studio in ABS talking about reviving the culture of respect among youngsters in Nigeria. And then, well, not too long ago, we had an incident relating to this topic of discussion this morning. A lady that was rusticated from the university here in Awka, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, for, having an altercation with a lecturer just because she was making TikTok video, and that went viral. And then we saw a typical example of lack of respect being brought to public glare, you understand? And then you begin to wonder, what training did that young lady had for her to go to the university where you're meant to have character and then come out with certificate in order for you to be worthy to fit into the society? What do you have to say about that? Such acts?
Unfortunately, when I saw that, the story, I felt so bad. It left me with a mixed feeling. One will say, the whole act is condemnable. Wow. So I have to say so that people will not understand what I'm going to.
No, you're free. Now. It's your opinion. You're free to air your opinion.
The whole thing is a very pathetic one. I remember being in the university or being in school. You reverence your lecturers. You fear them. They're like demigods. When you see them coming,
you can't even share the same walkway with them.
You can't share the same walkway with them. Do you understand me? You hide. You hide. You can't share this. Whatever you are saying, you hide. There's this kind of panic when you see your lecturer. Then you now ask yourself, at what point? How do we get to the point that a student will see a lecturer and should be like, let me be going my own? Do you understand me? Then you now talk about the upbringing. Am I going to blame the mother? Not in totality.
Or blame the society.
Or blame the society. It's not because let me tell you what we have now in Nigeria is about you train your child, you're a responsible mother. Then your child will go to, especially those in the university, they will go to Facebook and just pick one influencer or celebrity as a role model and start following her and want to live like her, far away or different from what you've taught her. Do you understand me? And then she'll be making mess of the whole thing. And when you try to caution her, She should be throwing tantrum until you see this kind of disgrace. So I'm telling you, that girl might be coming from a responsible home, but being as in social what do I call it? Social media addict might just be the issue with her.
So you felt that the university did well by rusticating?
To an extent. And then look at another thing. Remember that respect is reciprocal. The lecturer also didn't completely handle the matter very well. I'm not against tapping a child. Yes, how can she stay out the hallway and be making TikTok video? It's irritating. So I thought, I understand that my friend, walk out of the road. Do you understand me? Is because the man was, how can you be making video? Every professor Snagafe, everybody in university environment. In ways the cost is to Ezomiamo, if one Abeke channels, so he felt. So the girl is full of arrogance. Then the lecturer, seeing that the girl is already a spoiled child or an arrogant child, that's the way you handle things. My friend, you take your posture as a lecturer. When you get to the office, go and call me that girl that is taking pictures. She will come down, she will say that, my friend, where is your phone? I should be in that video. Delete it. Do you understand me? And she says no. Okay, you take her to the HOD. No authority. For no reason, you don't need to bring yourself down to Guinea drag by the phone. And all that. Do you understand me? Respect. If the people, that's where self-respect comes in. If the girl didn't give you respect, being the lecturer, you need to give respect by handling it with maturity. Because you are body, the elderly one. Then secondly, the girl is as an arrogant girl. And with circle of arrogant or spoiled friends clique of friends also. And that's where we find ourselves in society. And another thing I want to say, lecturers have to, as in, revisit the issue of respecting themselves. If I say this thing to sound somehow, but when the lecturer will be, I don't know if it's right to be with a young girl. Do you understand me? Looking at you, why should she respect you? When a lecturer, maybe your senior lecturer, is trying to, asking her to come and meet me in a hotel, is buying her gifts, is flirting with her. Do you understand me? It's trying, it's to you.
It already reduces your respect. Your respect. Brings you down.
So until lecturers stop, as in bringing themselves, especially the male lecturer, what are you looking for on a girl? And you're asking her to come and meet you in a hotel. You refuse to give her your mark because she steps into your office and you start touching her body. Do you understand me? I'm making all those negative gestures on her. You are respecting, you are as in reducing your, she won't have you. And let me, once any woman sleeps with you, or if you feel that, irrespective of your age, she can now rub you on your head. It's like these days that women call men babies.
Have you?
Yes. Immediately she sleeps with you, or immediately you start as in
lowering your standards before her.
She'll start seeing you as babe, because that is what they call men these days. So if you don't want, let the universities, whatever they can do to bring those, because it's very, very bad. It's very common these days. It's very, very, you see students, they will be taking seriously of men, of lecturers. Then, at the end of the day, you expect them to respect you.
Well, now, talking about reviving the culture of respect among young people. Now, you talked about the home, you've talked about the school, and then now, what about the religious houses, the churches, the mosques, and, the likes of it all? What role do you think they too can play in order to imbibe? Because respect is the foundation of what Christianity stands on. Because there's no how you do Christianity without respect. You just have to respect hierarchy. So now, if the children miss it at home and they miss it in school, is there a way they can get it corrected by association in church based on the spiritual leaders that their parents have and they too they have?
Of course, yes. If the spiritual leaders wants to do the right thing. Do you understand me?
But you can't compare the number of times that you spend at school at home to that which you spend at church.
There's you can't compare also the impact of the things we hear in the church.
Okay.
Do you understand me? The things that happens in the church has a way of impacting us. Yeah. If it's the negative one, if it's the positive one. Take for instance, if those that the people that believe in, I don't know how to put it, they are our brothers at the other's end. Do you understand me? Muslims, okay. Yes. You see them that they are hijab, they are praying time. Any Muslim, do you understand me, is always as in
very observant
of that. Yeah. Then, but Christians who are this type that throws, I think because maybe we preach more of grace. Do you understand me? People believe that they can do anything, just come as you are. God will understand.
Yeah, we don't even. More like what you're saying is that we don't practice morality.
No, we do, but we believe in that kind of come as you are. Muslims don't tell you come as you are. No, you cover yourself up as a woman. Do you understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you stop saying come as you are, if you will come this way, then even the church leaders tell us the truth. It's not a thing whereby you say, hey, that a church will say, now, when you carry dread, for instance, as a man, or you pierce your ears, you will not. Or
you have tattoos.
That you will not come into the church. But then a big boy, a large boy that will give money to the church will come.
With dreadlocks.
With dreadlocks. And the ushers will take him to the front seats. Do you understand what I'm saying? All those things don't make sense. So let's preach respect. Let's preach the word of God. And most importantly, let us practice those things we preach. If we practice it, like I told you, this generation, they believe in what they see. They see. Let us preach it. Let us practice it. Let us imbibe it in them. And parents also, let us learn to take our children to the church. Because there's something, I keep going with mothers, you come every church, I believe every church, they have their children's session. It's another major challenge you have. They have their children's session. In this children's session is where they will tell people, children, no, respect. Say sorry, do this. If you're a child of God, you don't tell lies. Do you understand me? But then a mother will come to the church with her kids and want to stay in the adult session with the kids. And when you ask her,
when ushers come to take the children.
For real. Do you understand? And they will stay there, they will eat biscuits, put it in the seat. Like we Anglicans, they eat biscuits, put it on the car. You see, but after the church service, you'll be like, what's happened here? So how would the child know? It's a very complicated issue.
But at least we need to start somewhere.
Let's start from the home. Mothers, let them see you respect it.
You keep talking mothers.
No.
Are you exempting fathers?
I was going to thank you. Thank God that you said this. Let me tell you one thing. When I finish, as after seeing the video of that young lady, do you know what I said? I said, only if our fathers will sit up to their responsibility. Fathers should also, especially when it comes, let me tell you, the best person to train a girl child is the father. Yes.
You're speaking this from being the coordinator, Young Couples Forum?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why?
It's your father who will tell you, you are beautiful. Do you understand me? And then when you go out and another man says you are beautiful,
it matters less.
Less. Do you understand me? It's your father if you have a sound father that will tell, I'm sorry to say this because, you know, in this course of assignments, I've seen a lot of things. When you see, so you hear some people talk, some men talk, be like, is this person from this planet Earth? I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah,
so that's why I said, if you have a sound father, he'll teach you how to respect. Well, you girls, there's some coming from their father, there's a way they view it. Coming from their mother, my mother
instill fear.
Is that what instill fear, and let me tell you, whether you like it or not. As a mother,
but you need that fear in order to.
No. As a mother,
yeah.
There's a age. There's certain at certain age or level, your daughter will start seeing you somehow. It's normal. She will still she respects you as her mother. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
But you say, Mama, you go to she wear your shoe, she wear your wig. I think when she's in the high institution, do you understand me? But get your daughter to talk to you, your father to talk to you. My friend, you respect, be a woman. When your father says you're a woman, carry yourself with dignity. It makes more meaning to your girl child. Do you understand me? When your father says, comport yourself, sit like a lady. Do you understand me? Talk like a lady. Learn to respect people. People are watching. Don't you know you You see that girl, she pays more attention to it. Men should let me tell you, when as a man, you are there for your girl child. Your girl child seeks less attention from outside. Do you understand me? See, even going to TikTok to do this, to do that, she'll become sensitive of what do my father want? How do she view how will he view this?
This I'm doing. Yeah.
Do you understand me? When you care less, or
leave everything for the mother.
For the mother, at some time they will start saying, mama, is not. I don't know. Either they start avoiding the mother or they start seeing it as open because you are there always. There's something about frequent.
You still finish.
God bless you, still finish. But when it comes from, it gives them that kind of security coming from. I tell them, give your daughter, your girl child security.
Thank you so much. We can go on and on, but then talking about respect is an endless venture because every day we all having different experiences in life, in the places where we work, the places where we learn, and then the places where we worship. Well, I want to use this opportunity to thank Onyi Edokwe, the coordinator Young Couples Forum, for availing yourself the opportunity to tackle the topic that we discussed this morning, that's talking about reviving the culture of respect among youngsters in Nigeria. Well, thank you so much. I still remain Ajuluchuku Okabwe, and then we still have other things that we are running this morning on ABS. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. So, and one thing I want to say, parents, teach yourself to respect. When they respect, it comes back to you as the parents.
Well,
thank you so much.
On that note, we'll say thank you so much for being here.
Bye.